The desire for eternal youth, for perfect health and immortality, is indeed timeless and universal. As we approach the 21st century, people still hope that somewhere, someday, somehow, the secret formula of the fountain of youth will be discovered. Why do we age? Why do people of 40 or 50 have less energy than when they were younger? Why do we get wrinkles and stiff joints? Begin to lose our memory and concentration? Find we need to take pills for many ailments, like high blood pressure, and generally feel the effects of aging. Even though there are many theories, the only reasons we have for aging are toxins, stresses, and imbalances that have accumulated in the body. Releasing the stresses and balancing the physiology may be all that's required to counteract aging. Rejuvenation may very well be a deceptively simple formula. The Panchakarma Rejuvenation Program is designed to restore balance at a fundamental level of the physiology, to remove the cause of ill health, to prevent disease before it starts. The relaxing and peaceful environment of the Drakensberg Mountains is the perfect setting for your healthcare program.
Panchakarma is one of 20 interventions in the system of Maharishi Ayurveda. And Maharishi Ayurveda it's a very complete system of healthcare. And it works on the basis that we are all different, which we are. We know, for example, one person might eat something and they lose weight. Another person hardly eats it all and gains weight. Or we have different reactions, for example, to the weather. One person really thrives in the hot weather and another person gets incredibly angry and irritated, whereas somebody else might become depressed when it's cold and it's wet, and another person feels invigorated by it. So we have very individual reactions to everything, to food, to environmental conditions, to stimuli, emotional reactions. What happens is that with time, as a result of the stress, pollution and so on, impurities will actually build up in the individual physiology. Now, one of the interventions of Maharishi Ayurveda that takes care of that is the Panchakarma treatment. And the idea with Panchakarma, it's called rejuvenation. It's a rejuvenation, it's a cleansing treatment. And all these toxins, these toxic substances which have built up in the tissues, they become purified. And the end result basically is it's a rejuvenation and a revitalization program.
Therapies include traditional Ayurvedic massages with herbalized oil, relaxing herbalized steam baths, and extremely soothing oil therapies. These are combined with a variety of internal cleansing therapies to provide complete elimination of imbalances and impurities in a gentle and relaxing way. Trained panchakarma technicians will guide and nurture you through every stage of the treatment, attending to your total comfort. Education and discussion sessions are part of the schedule and provide more understanding of the Ayurveda approach to health and natural living.
80% of modern diseases are caused by toxins. Toxins in Western medicine turn out to be tiny molecular sharks. They're called free radicals. They're little oxygen-based molecules that get into our body. We ingest them through the bad food that we eat that has toxins in it. And these little free oxygen radicals or free radicals bite chunks out of our bodies all the time. By destroying little parts of the cell membranes, they destroy the tissues and they give rise to all our, or 80 or 90% of our modern day health problems. Everything from arthritis to cholesterol problems in the cardiovascular system and also even cancer.
Many doctors believe the Panchakarma rejuvenation program is the simple formula to restore the balance. Nutritious and appetizing menus are designed according to Maharishi Ayurvedic principles, and individual diet requirements are specifically catered for.
There's more and more research being conducted on this whole procedure. The original Ayurvedic texts always claimed that Panchakarma is a process to retard and even maybe reverse the aging process. But now there is research coming out to substantiate that. For example, in one very interesting study, they found that over a 10-month period, the clients were subjected to 2 Panchakarma treatments in a 10-month period, and that there was a reduction of 4.8 years in terms of biological age as opposed to chronological age. So in other words, these people had rejuvenated by almost 5 years in that 10-month period, which is impressive. And that is also people's subjective experience. They come out feeling much more revitalized, rejuvenated, refreshed, energized, definitely.
I've noticed improvements in well-being and energy levels in my work as a management trainer and management consultant.
I noticed that my thinking changed, and I didn't realize that would ever be possible with Panchakarma. The thinking level changed, and I noticed that my negative thoughts just went right out of the window.
I think the deepest experience of the course for me was of the silence and the inner happiness. Very quiet, very settled. One gets saturated with rest and with bliss. And afterwards, that feeling is carried out into activity, so that the deep silence and the inner happiness is there in activity.
I'm feeling a lot of peace and a little bit of mischief.
Before I arrived here, I was very tired, lethargic, couldn't sleep properly. And since doing the Panchakarma, I feel more vitalized and actually feel like a child. It just gives you that warm feeling inside.
And the other thing was that I felt so much more energetic and so very, very good and healthy. It was as if my body became a true friend, and we were working together and not opposed to each other anymore.
I found a vast difference on my legs. My ankles were actually swollen 3 times the size of an apple. This fat has actually has reduced tremendously.
I always had like a constant dull ache in my head, or I wouldn't be able to digest my food quickly and things like that. Now I think my system has been set into perspective. There's a routine.
On a practical level, a lot of what one does is to avoid disease. But Panchakarma and Ayurveda in general is a very powerful technique for building health. And health is not just the absence